And it's starring those excuse me. Today, a special musical feature prepared in cooperation with the 25th anniversary of music in the world, in which we will give out with something those potato chips came to us still. They are raised potato chips. That's the name of them. They're not raised, actually. And they're made in Haverhill. Good. Pass them around. They weren't sent to you in the first place. You can at least pass them around.
Take one. One, I said.
Quiet.
You take over.
Glad to. Good afternoon, friends, and welcome once again to a program called Matinee with Bob and Ray.
Keep the music in the drawer there. Don't let him have them.
We will be on the air for the following half hour, 1 to 1:30, brought to you by... No,
it's brought to you live today.
Is it? Mm-hmm. We're absolutely live and in real color.
Hey, those are good potato chips. Did you have some?
No, I didn't.
You were too sick, huh?
I would, but Green, I don't know what's the matter.
Just making things too difficult, Green. That's all. You're cutting your own throat. Can't think of a better one.
Oh, I would not love to see it. That's a lot of nerve he's got. The guy's loaded with nerve, Bob. I'll say that for him.
He is.
Yes, sir.
I tried to get in touch with Mr. Eisen today, but evidently he's not around.
Who's that, Bob?
Huh?
Who's that?
You know, has a band. I forget his first name.
Larry Eisen?
Larry or Vaughn? No.
Vaughn Eisen?
No.
Well, anyway, what do you want? Or what did you want?
He didn't want anything. I wanted to get in touch with him.
What do you want to get in touch with him?
Well, it's a personal matter, so I didn't get in touch with him. It doesn't make any difference. I was just passing the time of day. Will you stop eating those things? You saw what that letter said the other day. You're lousing up the show. Sit down.
No, I didn't want to have to say that on the air.
Well, I did. I wanted to say it.
I didn't want to say it, Bob.
That was Ray Goulding that
That
said
was Bob
that.
Elliott who said it. Everyone knows that. You're a chow hound.
And here he is, Chow Hound.
Oh, boy, isn't he? He's awfully funny today.
You people wonder probably
You're a scream.
why we spend so much time tearing Green down. But if you could be here and see his actions and his attitude on this program, you'd understand. It's really more than either of us can take. And we're getting to the end of our rope.
Well, Bob and I this afternoon thought we'd like to reminisce with you friends, you old-timers, bring back some of the songs that Bob and I introduced. And
in our 20-odd years of vaudeville.
And we, of course, brought to the public and made popular in our own little way several songs that we think you'll remember and would love to hear again.
We're kind of modest about it, but I think you'll recognize them when you do hear them.
I remember one afternoon we were in Grand Rapids, Michigan. No,
that's the wrong type of background.
Bob and I were doing 4 a day in Grand Rapids.
Those were great days, weren't they?
In the dressing room just before the show went on, Dan Daly came and knocked on our door,
And he said he had a new song he'd like to have us try out.
he looked at me and he knew I was in no condition to go on stage.
So he took over, and Dan and I walked out on the board, and we went into a little song like this.
Well, incidentally, Flo Dixfield was in the audience watching that day.
Hello. Then we went into our act there. And then Ray recovered the next day, and I remember so well when he introduced this little one that you'll all remember, I'm sure.
Glow, little glowworm, glimmer, glimmer, glow, little glowworm, I am slimmer, glow, little glowworm, dimmer, dimmer, glow, glow, glow.
I put on a cowboy uniform, and when we were playing Eugene, Oregon for a split week back in 1913, I went out on the stage, and for the very first time that anybody there did, when Johnny comes marching home again, hooray, hooray, when Johnny comes marching home again, hooray, hooray. We received a tremendous ovation for that.
Missouri. We were were there for just 2 or 3 days, just before we were booked into the Palace for one of our biggest openings. And Bob and I sat down. It was in a little restaurant in the back street out there in
I think
St.
that was
Joseph,
when Betty
Missouri.
Grable left you, wasn't it?
Yes, and Bob and I wrote this, and that night I sang. Good night, sweetheart, till we meet tomorrow. Good night, sweetheart, dreams will banish sorrow. Good night, sweetheart, la 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 la.
Then we moved on to Peoria, Illinois again, where we made a wonderful weekend appearance there. I remember the old theater out there where we nearly set fire to the place. The song that was all the rage that particular week was one that's very popular today. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the park. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never come back. Yeah, that's root, forever hope. Say a play the well, that's a shame. And their blood too. Reflect out at the old ball game. And Ray went into his soft shoe dance to the same tune.
And I sang this song.
5'2", eyes will blow. Has anybody seen my girl? 2'5", 3'4", 4'6". They got faces and this body seen my girl.
Then one of the songs that everybody seemed to go for when we got just outside New York. We were playing Bayonne, New Jersey at the time. This wasn't too many years ago.
It was before your time, though.
It was before my time, and I did a song that's recently made a revival, and it's enjoying a wonderful comeback.
Sing it, Bob.
I know that someday you'll want me to watch you when I am gone for somebody new. I remember that September.
Slow us out there.
I kind of forgot the words that night. And that was when I first did my famous Chalk Talk, which achieved great success here and in the United States. What was that?
Well, my dreams, I love you.
Oh, I
Then
did
we
do
played
that.
down in Charleston, North Carolina, in the tobacco warehouse. This song is a great big favorite. I'd like to sing it again.
Chesterfield over and over again. Chesterfield satisfy women and men. Milder, much milder, all smokers agree. Always by Chesterfield ABC.
1936, Chicago, North Side, the Strand Theater. Up in lights, Bob and Ray's team were there. They were part of the show, nevertheless. And they were wowing them with a song that went like this.
When the deep purple falls
Sing it, Ray. Flows out there.
over sleepy garden walls,
And the sunset. Flo wasn't out there after that, but that didn't set us back any. We kept right on going. Then they got trunked along ahead of us.
and everyone was feeding us peanuts in those days.
We used to go to a theater and find out what time the lottery went out.
Well, so much for that, Bob, recalling the old days and the
Yes,
old
as you were
circuit.
saying, before you buy any television set, listen to this amazing free offer from the House of Television, New England's largest exclusive television dealer.
Before you buy any television set, we suggest that you do that.
Will you translate this as I go along?
I'll stop and interrupt you.
Phone Richmond 21750 right now, and you can have television in your home tonight.
In other words, friends, if you call that number he just read, you could have a television set in your house before sundown.
Call Richmond.
Yes, we were in Houston. I remember that. Well, we just discovered oil.
Call Richmond 21750 right now, and big, beautiful Admiral television console will be delivered to your home at the time you specify. Now, this absolutely has no cost attached to it, absolutely no obligation. Now, what does Mr. Elliott mean by those words?
I wasn't listening, frankly.
All right. Admiral is America's #1 favorite, the set with more features and better features.
It's America's smart set.
Admiral Television brings you pictures as clear as the movies, tuned as easily as your own radio set.
In fact, there's a William S. Hart movie on there tonight.
Admiral is nationally advertised from coast to coast. Phone the House of Television now for your
Followed by
free
a weather forecast.
home trial of Admiral Television. Just call Richmond 21750, and your set will be delivered. You can purchase your Admiral Television console on liberal long-term credit. Installation is free. An efficient indoor antenna is included in the amazingly low cost.
I should read that.
And you even get 90 days.
I should read it.
Free guarantee. Compare. Judge Admiral for yourself. Call the House of Television, New England's largest exclusive television dealer at Richmond 21750 right now. Don't miss out on this great free home trial offer.
There's one thing about television, boy. They can spend a half an hour with a weather forecast with those big maps that you never read in the newspapers with dots and arrows and shaded areas.
Now, here we have a mass of cold air which is centering itself around Lake Ossipee, New Hampshire. It won't hit these parts, I don't believe, but folks in the Ossipee region will have a good, cool Canadian ace air up there for their own listening pleasure, for their own enjoyable weather. And now with my sponsor.
Well,
Be back in just a moment after word for my sponsor.
I have a swell idea for a television show. First, it opens with a double image.
That's
The
good.
thing is shaking.
With snow going by in
And
front of
snow falling. Then you make arrangements to have an airplane fly overhead, see? And that gives it a terrific vibration appearance. Then you come on, Bob.
And then somebody drives
And
into the
in some
driveway.
funny way, we have two heads on you.
What do you mean in some funny way? I just come on naturally.
And I think it would go great. Then we'd have vertical bars for about 10 minutes.
Yes.
Doesn't that sound good?
Sure.
Mixed in with a little snow. And double image. Like we could have the scoreboard on there for 4 or 5 minutes in the background. The end of third inning. Is it third inning?
After the end of every inning, we can have that.
Well, that'd be
And it
good.
would say 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8, or 9.
Or 15. Any number. Any given number.
Any given number. I
Wouldn't
think
that be a
would
good
be- Yeah.
I like it very much.
And then we could, what else could we do? We could have, maybe a piano player or something.
Mm-hmm.
And we could have news going by.
Yeah.
You could read it. Of course, it was the same thing as in the newspaper, but you could read it going by.
Have it just like in headline form.
Sure.
Incidentally, I think it's time for Peter Gorey, I believe. And it's,
I haven't seen him up here today.
Have you seen him?
No.
I think we'll try to get Peter in for one of his 12 news broadcasts a little later.
He never goes on until 1:15. And right now, between now and 1:15, it's time for the Bob and Ray Reptile Show. Everybody get around. Here we go. Hurry, hurry, hurry. Step inside for the biggest show on earth.
Creeping reptiles all over this place.
You'll see lizards, alligators, and a car leaping itself up and over traffic cops about to bust 2 on a car.
The moth-eating man.
Can you rise this?
Here's Ken and Bill. It's in the first
In a
ring.
gay carnival mood, with their toes turned up, they play.
Would you play something for us today?
Oh, that's right. He's already read the potato chips, eaten the potato chips.
They're going to play I Still Get Jealous. It's one of the current operas.
I know, William. Bruce, I still get jealous.
The Bob and Ray Reptile Show.
Gather around. Here we go. And the biggest